I am Valerie and I'll be presenting Litton's non-IT team marketing analysis from my data visualization project. I will be presenting last quarter's data, which is from October to December 2017. Data collected from our own Excel, which actually used to track every lead, and data from Data Studio, which includes the cost, impression, CTR, and amount spent. The objective given by my supervisor was to reduce the marketing budget by at least 30%. Now, let's see how we can. This dual axis graph with the bar graph showing the number of leads generated by different channels and the line graph depicting the marketing budget spent over the weeks of 3 months. Paid channels for marketing includes Facebook and Google, while Sales Gen and EDM are organic leads. As you can see, the overall trend of the number of leads generated and the marketing budget has a positive trend. Generally, when the marketing dollar spent is low, number of leads will also be low. One obvious week would be week 7. The marketing dollar spent and the amount of leads was at its peak. I observed that the only significant change was the number of leads produced by Facebook. Facebook therefore could be the channel contributing to the quantity leads. We'll be investigating into it later on. Here are two line graphs showing the marketing budget against the leads to close won conversion. Let's look at Facebook. Facebook generates high number of leads. However, the number of leads being converted from lead stage to close won is actually very low. This shows that Facebook probably does not produce quality leads, but quantity leads. On average, Facebook conversion is around 0.86%. On the other hand, Google has relatively low number of leads, but the conversion rate is very high as compared to Facebook, which is around 10.08%, which is about 10 times more. Moving on, we will be investigating the amount spent in Facebook, CTR, impressions, and the number of leads generated. The graph shows a positive correlation between all the performance metrics. The best performing ad would be the ad generating the highest number of leads, CTR, and impression with a low cost. The best performing ads was the logistics ad on the right, which peaked for all graphs, while the not so performing ad is the finance ad. Let's take a look at the ads. So this is the best performing logistic ad. In the text, it mentioned about further career and up to 95% funding, which is attractive and able to capture a few hearts. In the image, it shows a man in a logistic working environment. This allows people who have seen this ad to be able to imagine themselves in this setting, probably from an executive being promoted to a managerial position. The caption is also rather attractive. Last but not least, the header. It mentioned about training and job placement, which probably hits the bullseye for some. These are the things which contributes to the success of the ad. Clear and impactful. On the flip side, the finance ad was not doing so well. The text vaguely mentioned about planning your career this year, the image of the people in the background reading graphs was not really clear, and the header does not have much impact, and the funding was only mentioned after that. Next, this is the clothes worn by channels. WebDirect is actually part of Google, as Google has different kinds of ads such as display ads, search ads, and more. Hence, the highest worn channel would be Google and WebDirect, followed by SalesGen, Facebook, then EDM. The cost per lead for Google is almost half of Facebook's, and the customer acquisition cost, also known as CAC, is around 30 times more. Clearly, Facebook is costing us too much, yet not contributing to the ROI. So this is my suggestions. My first suggestion would be to have all the other ads to mimic the champion ad, which is the logistic ad. However, over time, that will seem to be very repetitive and lead to ad fatigue. And the projected forecast isn't really ideal, as the ROI would only increase to 1.24%. My second suggestion would be to use only Google for paid ads, and its projected forecast is actually more desirable. Facebook spending 10 times the marketing dollar of Google. If this amount will be poured into Google, the forecasted ROI would be 10 times. To conclude, it would be wise to take up the second option. With only 2.5 times of the current amount spent in Google, we are able to save up to almost 39% of the marketing dollar and still be able to hit the monthly target. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.